Well met, adventurers. How much cardio should you be doing while you're bulking? Is it even a good idea in the first place? And how the hell does Mario do all that running and never lose any weight? These are very good questions. I'm gonna answer at least two of them. This is Muscle and Magicka, and you, my friend, have just initiated a subscriber quest. Now, before we can determine just how much cardio we should or shouldn't be doing during a bulk, perhaps it would be helpful to take a step back and define what exactly cardio is. A knitted garment, such as a sweater or jacket, that opens down the full length of the... I'm sorry, that's cardigan. Look, basically cardio serves two primary functions, the first of which you may have already guessed from the word itself, and that is developing cardiovascular health and fitness. But that's not necessarily the best reason to start throwing in a whole bunch of cardio specifically during your bulk, because research demonstrates that you can actually obtain much of the same heart-related benefits from high-intensity weight training, which consequently is exactly the kind of weight training that you should be doing during a bulk, if your goal is to gain strength and muscle, which it should be during a bulk, unless up is down and left is right, and I just have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. The second function of cardio is simply to increase energy expenditure, which is basically manipulating the calories outside of the energy balance equation. In essence, the more cardio you do, the more energy you expend, and the more calories you either get or need to consume, depending on your mindset and eating habits, in order to stay in a caloric surplus, which is probably where you want to be if you're bulking. So let's go ahead and take a look at some reasons for doing cardio on a bulk. Number one, it's fun. But seriously, let's go ahead and take a look at some reasons for doing cardio on a bulk. Number one, you're like me, you have a tendency to overeat, and you gain weight faster than Kirby when he uses that freaking down B move in Super Smash Bros. In this case, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and incorporate a little bit of cardio just to make sure you keep your caloric surplus somewhat moderate and keep the fat gains to a minimum. Now, you could try just not stuffing your face to maximum capacity with cornbread every opportunity you get, but I think you and I both know that's not going to happen. Another good reason to do cardio on a bulk is if you are an athlete or if you participate in some other activity that specifically requires a high level of conditioning. However, keep in mind that there's also a lot of good reasons not to do cardio on a bulk, or at least to keep it to a minimum, because excessive cardio can come with all sorts of problems. High intensity cardio can bring recovery issues, low intensity cardio can bring repetitive use injuries, and medium intensity cardio can actually stimulate endurance adaptations, which will send signals that interfere with the hypertrophy adaptations that you're trying to facilitate with your weight training. And trust me when I say that the last thing you want to do is send this signal to your gains. It's also worth noting that the more cardio you do now while you're bulking, the less cardio you're then going to be able to add come cutting season. So with all of that said and done, while I think it is completely reasonable to schedule 1 or 2 sessions of cardio a week while you're bulking, my general recommendations for a bulk would be less cardio, more activity. I suggest you just focus on doing things that you enjoy doing, things that increase your energy expenditure and keep you from being sedentary, like going on adventures outside, like playing sports with your friends, like, I don't know, standing while you play video games and systematically annihilate every single member of the Koopa family, all for a woman who clearly doesn't want you in the first place, as evidenced by the fact that she keeps running off with another man. This way, as long as you're still raising hell with your weight training in the gym, you'll still get the heart benefits, you'll still get to eat more, and perhaps most importantly, you will keep cardio from becoming a chore. Because when cardio becomes a chore, it's probably not going to get done anyway. Anyway, that's it for this quest. Don't forget to like the video if you gained some experience points, and if you want further training, subscribe to the channel and join the Order of Muscle and Magicka, where I arm you with weapons and spells to help you demystify all the bro magic and misinformation so you can level up your physique. Until next time, stay vigilant, knights. You know what? I think it's just a simple case of water retention. I mean, Mario is doing cardio literally like all the time. He's eating hardly any calories. I mean, he eats what? A mushroom? Some flowers every now and then, so he's on high amounts of cardio, low calories, he retains all this water, but then he does lose weight. He loses weight every time he gets hit by an enemy. So why does getting hit by an enemy cause his body to de-stress and flush out all the water? Probably because every time he gets hit and sees that he's still alive, he realizes that he no longer has to live up to this impossible standard of being perfect all the time. So he gets hit, he loses the water, and then he gains it all back again the next time he eats a mushroom because the fiber content of the mushroom bloats him. Simple. Case closed.